SKOL Vikings. What's good, SKOL Nation? The 2025 NFL season is just days away, and the Minnesota Vikings are ready to light up the national stage. Can you feel the electricity? We've got a schedule packed with primetime showdowns and epic matchups that'll have you screaming, SKOL, at your TV. Today, we're diving into the Vikings' primetime and nationally televised games, breaking down where we stand in the NFL rankings, and hyping up the battles that'll define our season. Ready for some purple pride? Let's dive in. We're kicking off with 4 primetime games and 7 nationally televised matchups, putting the Vikings right in the middle of the NFL spotlight. That's right, the league knows the purple and gold are must-watch TV. From a revenge-fueled NFC North clash to international showdowns, this season's schedule is a roller coaster of drama. What game are you most hyped for? Drop it in the comments. Stick with me as we break down every primetime game, sprinkle in some stats, and get you pumped for what's coming. Whether you're a diehard Vikings fan or just jumping on the bandwagon, this is your one-stop shop for Vikings news. Let's get into it and see why the SKOL Nation is about to dominate 2025. Week 1, and we're hitting the ground running with a Monday Night Football banger against the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. The Vikings have owned this rivalry, winning 7 of the last 8 games since 2022, including a clean sweep last season. But don't sleep on the Bears. They've got a new head coach, Ben Johnson, and a hungry Caleb Williams ready to prove himself. This game is going to be a statement for our young QB, J.J. McCarthy, making his first regular season start in his hometown of Chicago. Talk about a storybook moment. The Bears' defense will be gunning for him, but with our high-octane offense led by Justin Jefferson, I'm betting on a purple takeover. Can McCarthy outshine Williams in this primetime spotlight? This one's on ESPN and ABC, so the whole nation's watching. The Vikings are 4-0 in their last 4 road openers. Can we keep that streak alive? Let me know in the comments if you're feeling a blowout or a nail-biter. SKOL. Week 2 brings us back to US Bank Stadium for a Sunday night football clash with the Atlanta Falcons. This one's personal, folks. Former Viking Kirk Cousins is backing up Michael Penix Jr., who's stepping into the primetime lights for his first big test. Last time we faced the Falcons, we crushed them 42-21 in December 2024. Revenge game. Anyone? Penix is a wild card, but our defense, led by Brian Flores' blitz-happy schemes, is built to rattle young QBs. With Jordan Addison sidelined until Week 4 due to suspension, Adam Thielen's return to Minnesota via trade is a game-changer. His veteran savvy will give McCarthy a reliable target. What's your take on Thielen's homecoming? This game's on NBC, and the energy in Minneapolis will be electric. The Vikings are 2-0 in home openers under Kevin O'Connell. Can we make it 3-0? Hit the comments with your score predictions. SKOL Nation. Week 4 takes us across the pond to Dublin, Ireland, for a historic showdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Facing Aaron Rodgers, one of the NFL's all-time greats, is always a challenge, but this might be his last ride. The Vikings have struggled against Rodgers historically, but our 2024 defense led the league in turnovers. Can we pick him off in Ireland? This game's at Croke Park, the NFL's first regular season game in Ireland, and it's on NFL Network at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Vikings are 4-0 in London games, so we know how to handle international stages. With J.J. McCarthy settling into his role, this is a chance to show the world what our young gun can do. Rodgers always brings drama, but our pass rush, with Jonathan Greenid and Andrew Van Ginkel, is relentless. Will we see a classic Rodgers comeback or a Vikings upset? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Week 5 keeps us in Europe as we face the Cleveland Browns in London at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's a throwback to 2017 when we beat the Browns across the pond. But this time, it's J.J. McCarthy versus veteran Joe Flacco. Flacco's got over 45,000 passing yards and a Super Bowl ring, but our defense thrives on chaos. The Vikings are coming off a Week 4 battle and have a bye in Week 6, so expect a fresh squad ready to dominate. This game's another 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time kickoff on NFL Network, and with 7 nationally televised games, the NFL knows the Vikings are a draw. Can we keep our perfect London record? Flacco's experience is no joke, but McCarthy's got youth and a chip on his shoulder. With Justin Jefferson torching secondaries, this could be a highlight reel game. What's your vibe for this one, SKOL Nation? Drop it below. Week 8 is a Thursday night football showdown on Prime Video against the Los Angeles Chargers. It's a Big Ten QB battle, J.J. McCarthy, the Michigan Wolverine versus Justin Herbert, the Oregon Duck. Herbert's a top 10 young QB, but our 2024 defense, ranked 7th in DVOA, loves to disrupt pocket passers. The Chargers' new-look offense will test our secondary, especially with Stephon Gilmore and Shaq Griffin gone. But newcomers Isaiah Rodgers and Jeff Okudah are hungry to prove themselves. Can our revamped defense step up on a short week? I want your predictions in the comments. This game's a chance for the Vikings to flex their 14-3 momentum from 2024. US Bank Stadium will be rocking, and with a 3-1 record in Thursday games under O'Connell, I'm feeling good. Who's got the edge in this QB duel? Week 15 brings us to Dallas for a Sunday night football clash with the Cowboys, who are primetime darlings with 6 national games. The Vikings have a knack for stealing the show on the road. Remember our 2019 upset in Dallas? This one's on NBC, and it could decide playoff seeding. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys always bring hype, but our offense, with Thielen and Jefferson, can match their firepower. Our defense, which had a takeaway in every game last season, will look to exploit Prescott's occasional mistakes. Can we pull off another Dallas miracle? This late-season battle is all about momentum. The Vikings are 4-2 in their last 6 road primetime games. What's your call? Does the SKOL Nation take over AT&T Stadium? Let me know below. Week 17 is a Christmas Day spectacular against the Detroit Lions at US Bank Stadium, streamed on Netflix at 3:30 p.m. The Lions are rising NFC North contenders, but we've got home field advantage and a chip on our shoulder after losing 31-9 to them in 2024. Time for revenge, SKOL Nation. This is only the 5th time the Vikings have played on Christmas, and just the 3rd at home. J.J. McCarthy versus Jared Goff is a clash of styles, youth versus veteran savvy. Can our defense, which snagged 2+ interceptions in 9 games last year, shut down Detroit's attack? The Lions are no joke, but US Bank Stadium will be a purple fortress. What's your Christmas wish for this game? A blowout or a defensive slugfest? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The Vikings for primetime games tie us with teams like the Ravens and Packers, but our 7 nationally televised games scream, must-watch TV. The NFL knows the SKOL Nation brings the energy. From Dublin to Dallas, our schedule is built for drama. Which of these games has you most hyped? Our 14-3 record in 2024 set the stage, but with J.J. McCarthy at the helm and veterans like Adam Thielen stepping up, 2025 could be our year. The Vikings rank 6th in NFL.com's power rankings heading into the season. Can we climb higher? Let's talk rankings. Where do you think the Vikings stack up in the NFC North? Are we Super Bowl contenders or playoff hopefuls? Share your hot takes in the comments. SKOL Nation. The Bears matchup in Week 1 is more than just a game. It's a chance to set the tone for 2025. Caleb Williams might be the future, but J.J. McCarthy is our present. With a 7-1 record against Chicago since 2022, the Vikings have the edge, but Soldier Field is never easy. Our offense averaged 28.5 points per game last season, and with Thielen back, we're even deeper. Can Brian Flores' defense, which led the league in turnovers, rattle Williams early? I'm betting on a pick-6 to start the season right. What's your vibe for this opener? This Monday night clash is a chance to show the NFL we're here to dominate. Will the SKOL Nation show up loud in Chicago? Drop your predictions below and let's get hyped. The Falcons game in Week 2 is a homecoming for Kirk Cousins, but it's J.J. McCarthy's stage now. Penix Jr. is talented, but our 2024 defense had 22 interceptions, 2nd in the NFL. If we pressure Penix, this could be a long night for Atlanta. US Bank Stadium will be a sea of purple, and with Thielen facing his old squad, expect some fireworks. The Vikings are 5-1 in their last 6 home primetime games. Can we keep the streak alive? What's your score prediction? This game's a chance to prove we're NFC contenders. Will McCarthy shine in his home debut? Hit the comments with your thoughts, SKOL Nation, and let's make some noise. Dublin in Week 4 is a historic moment for the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers may be a legend, but our defense thrives on chaos with 54 sacks in 2024. If we can get to Rodgers early, Croke Park could become a purple party. What's your take on this international showdown? The Steelers are tough, but the Vikings are 4-0 in London games and know how to handle the global stage. McCarthy's poise will be key against Pittsburgh's blitz-heavy defense. Can he stay cool under pressure? This game's at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So grab your coffee and SKOL chant. Will the Vikings make history in Ireland? Drop your predictions in the comments and let's get loud. London in Week 5 against the Browns is a chance to keep our international dominance alive. Joe Flacco's a vet, but our secondary, even without Gilmore, is built to feast on mistakes. The Vikings had a takeaway in every game last season. Can we keep it going? Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will be rocking with SKOL Nation, and with a bye week coming, the Vikings will leave it all on the field. Jefferson versus Cleveland's secondary is a mismatch waiting to happen. What's your call? How many TDs for JJ? This early season test could set the tone for October. Will the Vikings stay perfect in London? Share your thoughts below and let's keep the purple pride rolling. The Chargers game in Week 8 is a primetime proving ground. Justin Herbert's a star, but our defense held opponents to 19.8 points per game in 2024. If we can contain their run game, McCarthy could outshine Herbert in this QB duel. What's your prediction? Playing on a short week is tough, but the Vikings are 3-1 in Thursday games under O'Connell. US Bank Stadium will be electric, and with Thielen's veteran presence, our offense is ready to roll. Can we light up Prime Video? This game's about building momentum. Will the SKOL Nation show up big? Drop your score predictions in the comments and let's get hyped for this one. The Cowboys in Week 15 are a playoff-defining matchup. Dallas always gets the spotlight, but the Vikings have a history of stealing it. Our 2019 win in Dallas was electric. Can we do it again on Sunday Night Football? Let's hear your thoughts. Prescott's dangerous, but our defense thrives in big moments, with 17 takeaways in primetime games since 2022. If McCarthy avoids mistakes, we could see a classic. What's your vibe for this road game? This one's on NBC, and the SKOL Nation needs to bring the noise. Will we shock the Cowboys faithful? Drop your predictions below, and let's make it a purple party. Christmas Day against the Lions is the perfect holiday gift for SKOL Nation. After last year's 31-9 loss, the Vikings are hungry for revenge. US Bank Stadium will be a fortress, and with McCarthy leading the charge, this could be a statement win. The Lions are legit, but our defense had 9 games with multiple interceptions in 2024. Can we shut down Jared Goff and their high-powered offense? What's your Christmas wish for this game? This Netflix stream is a chance to show the NFC North who's boss. Will the Vikings wrap up 2025 with a win? Hit the comments with your predictions. SKOL Nation. That's a wrap on our breakdown of the Vikings' 2025 primetime and nationally televised games. From Chicago to London to a Christmas Day showdown, this season is packed with SKOL-worthy moments. The Vikings are ready to prove they're not just a 14-3 team, they're Super Bowl contenders. What's your bold prediction for the season? Make sure to like this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for all the latest Vikings news. Share this with your fellow SKOL Nation fans and let's keep the purple pride alive. SKOL Vikings. Don't miss our next video for more updates, roster breakdowns, and game previews. Hit that bell so you never miss a beat. Who's ready to see the Vikings dominate in 2025? Let's go, SKOL Nation.